You know what's really weird? Video number 3, by the way. I just looked back at that. It was only like 7.5 minutes long, like the recording, and yet it felt like 20 minutes. Oh. Fuck. What was I gonna title this video? It was gonna have something to do with what I said in the beginning. Oh, right, it was like I'm trying something, or something like that. Or plans have changed, I don't know. Anyway, I said I wasn't gonna do book 3 right now. That's a lie, I am, because I've already started. And once I start books, I don't stop writing them until I finish them. The first draft, at least, which is my favorite part of it. I hate editing. Kill me. I'm just gonna say it. I'm going to write a fantasy epic. Duology. For all of you who do not know, an epic is an actual literary term that describes a book of... Let me just Google it here. Okay. Got it. Okay. Alright, so I'm not writing 2 epics, I'm writing 1 in the duology, the sequel. Okay, an epic is considered any book that is longer than 110,000 words. That's not the first one. The first one has a word goal of, drumroll please, 100,000 words. You know how I was gonna do the whole adding 20 each time? Yeah, that flew right out the window. I'm doubling it. I'm doubling it right now. Complex, 50,000 words. Ooh, it took me 2 months. Okay, well, now it's gonna take me 4 months. I'm writing a fantasy almost epic. Almost there. Literally, like, 10,000 words away. You might think, why wouldn't you just raise it? Because it's going to be 2 books. I don't mean I'm splitting the 100,000 words into 2 books. No, that's the first book. I'm writing a duology that is literally a part 1 and part 2, as in, like, the beginning of the second book will say chapter, I don't know, 9 continued, and it will literally continue in the same thing. So, like, you cannot pick up the second book without having just finished the first. As in, most people who read it, it'll end on a cliffhanger for them. And to find out exactly what happens, you have to pick up the second one. That's how cliffhangers work. What am I saying? It's like, how do I say it? Like, it's as if I literally took a chapter and then just cut it in half and put the second half in the book. As in, there will literally be no recap. It will say whatever chapter that was continued, and it will continue on as if you'd been reading the whole time. But it's going to be split into 2 books because it's just so much more manageable for me. And the cliffhanger is really great to end on because people will want to read more. And it's a pretty massive cliffhanger, I can tell you that. I hope so. I hope it'll be. Oh. Anyway, I've already done the book cover for the first book, which is disappointing, but, you know. I haven't done the book cover for the book that I just finished the first draft of, or the second draft of, but, you know, I've done the cover for the book I haven't even gotten close to finishing. So, pretty big stuff with that book. It's called, In the Wake of Regicide. To anyone who does not know what regicide means, regicide is the killing of a king. So, you know, we have genocide, mass murder, and then regicide, killing a king. The king does die in the first chapter, which is not a spoiler because regicide is literally in the title. And the king is assassinated in the first chapter, and the entire book series is essentially about, well, it's not a series, it's a duology, it's 2 books. It's about fighting over the throne. It's about trying to find out who killed the king and catch that person, because the king still had I guess, a while to live. Anyway, I don't want to say too much of it. I'm also a pantser, so I don't have that many details worked out. And even if I did, I wouldn't tell you. Now get out of here at once, and don't ever let me hear you mentioning it again. That's from Harry Potter number 6, the movie. Oh, yes. I wrote for 12 hours yesterday. I know we were impressed by the 6 for Complex. Yeah, I wrote for 12, as in literally 12 hours. I watched a 2-hour live stream in the morning, and then I watched a 10-hour live stream all the way through. And it wasn't even live. I watched a playback of it. And in total, I wrote, which is now my best day, 3,368 words for that book. So now I'm almost at 4,000, and yeah. So I'm chipping away at the word goal. Second book in the duology will be longer, but not that much longer. It will qualify as an epic. It will be longer than 110,000 words. And this is super intimidating because it's basically like writing 4 of Complex or more, and Complex was hard enough. But I just feel like I'm ready for it at the same time. But ready for it as in it'll be a challenge. Because at this point, I've never given up on a book. And they've always felt like challenges in the beginning anyway, and this feels like even more of a challenge, but it's a challenge that I'm willing to try. And really hoping I finish, because it would be really great to have written an epic before the age of 18. And if I do successfully complete the duology before, not necessarily complete as in the third draft of the second, or not third, but the final draft of the second. Like, I just have to finish the first draft of the second book before October 14th, 2021, and I will get to write the dedication to myself. As in, congratulations, you have officially written a fantasy epic duology before the age of 18. Because that's obviously a big accomplishment. Not many people have done that. As in, very few people have done that. Most people who have done that have written fan fiction. And I don't really feel like that's the same thing. It's kinda not. Not to discredit fan fiction. I have written over 70,000 words of fan fiction in my time. So, believe me, not hating on fan fiction. Anyway, is that it? I feel like that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say for this. And besides, I'm gonna have tons more videos of it. I just started this one. And Paige is done, so now I only have 2. Well, I had 2 before. I have 2 more. I have 2 series to do. That's a real mouthful. I talk so long.
I'm so pale.
You're on it.
Today's snow is crippling.
Alright, I've been talking for a long time. Anyway, recording 3 videos in a row is awful. Never do it. That's it. Also kind of makes me want to do a 24-hour writing vlog where I have 36 hours to spend 24 hours writing. But I wouldn't do a live stream for that. Yeah, and I might do that for this book specifically because it's going to take a long-ass time to write it. So, yeah, any words I can get. If I can write 5,000 words in 36 hours, that's going to really boost the word count. Anyway,